Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 4. Yes, episode 4 of uh, Celestial MC. Yeah, Christ, a bit slow today. We are on the normal build server, not the in-game build server, as the in-game one is down at the moment. If we go over to town, as you can see, it's a hell of a lot behind where we are currently. It's missing the dry dock, it's missing the buildings that we built together recently. But we're not going to be working on this town. Over the past few days, I haven't been recording, but I managed to make these three, and these are on this build server. This one we've worked out can carry like 96,000 blocks in barrels because we've stripped out the inside and replaced it with barrels. This back one's like a little trawler, which I think looks quite nice. Hold up, let me try and get through. It's not too bad. I quite like it. Certainly a lot of space in here for whatever you need. And then there's this big thing here. So yeah, these three have been made. I'm gonna just patch this up a little bit. I want this flat down. But what we need, because even though this is like a space server, I'm kind of building boats at the moment because, as I said, I want to make all the boats, then we'll make all the space stuff. What we need is we need a big freighter. Now, what's a really, really cool freighter? That's right. That you're so right. We are building the Edmund's Fitzgerald. Yep, I'm making the Edmund's Fitzgerald. Reason, I'm not sane. Other reason, I'm not sane. And final reason, I don't think I'm sane. So what we're going to do is I'm going to build this half, then I'm going to copy it to the other half. I just thought that this is so big, I should probably make it with you guys. Now, what I've done is, in the background here, I have a diagram of it on Microsoft Paint. And I thought there was a ruler on Microsoft Paint. There isn't. So I've got A's. I typed out A's with the type tool below and worked out that it was 27.5 A's. That was 6 A's. That was so many A's. I think that was middle part was 18. This front was like 4. And then divvied it up. So it is technically to scale, and this is 1-to-1. We're going to have a 1-to-1 Edmund Fitzgerald, and we're going to put the proper crew, like the proper control signs will all be up here, and be able to see up, and you'll be able to see back. And hopefully we don't encounter a big storm. Ironically, tomorrow for me, or the day of this upload, will be the day of it sinking 50 years ago, which isn't necessarily planned, but I guess it kind of works. So yeah, we're gonna design the Edmund Fitzgerald in Minecraft. Like I said, I'm gonna make this half first, then we'll flip it, then we'll texture, and we will do the insides. But I kind of want to do the insides on the server when the server comes up, and I'm keeping tabs on it to see when it goes up. I'm just thinking now. So this main block, I'll go through it now with you, is going to be red wool. So I should probably also set this as red wool. So if I make this side first, from the images I have, let me see if I can get to them. Oh. So from my images, which I can now toggle to and from, hello, I'm back. Yeah, I had a slight issue. I'm back now though. So this is a photo of the Edmund Fitzgerald. It swaps to white at the hull seam. So all this up here will be white. Everything below will be black. Which we need to think then, what kind of white blocks do we have? Which would, they don't necessarily have to be white to act as the railing. What we could do for the railing is possibly a chain. But we do need to make all of this out of a different coloured wool. So I guess if we make all this white wool, it will actually look reasonably similar now to hopefully when it's done. Don't ask me why I'm making this. I'm pretty sure I'm insane. But yeah, so I'm going to do that on this side too. This side actually is probably a little bit quicker if I just do it like this. This level to there. Set. Oh, I can't spell. White wool. There we go. And then I guess you have to put the brow across, don't you? I don't think there is one on that side. No, I didn't put one on that side. And then this. I'm very tempted to put all the stairs on. I'm just going to make this section first. So I think we're going to just use pale oak stairs, pale oak trapdoors. I think the way this would be best made is like that. You kind of capture that rounded edge. Then this side you just kind of place a stair. Then again, I would argue that maybe you want to do that, yeah. Or what if I swap out the stair for a slab? Because, let me get the image back up. This back side, if I can find an image which shows the sideways portrait quite nicely, if there is one. There. This is like a whole, that's not good enough. That's not going to give us any of it. There you go. This is like a little curve, and that one's like a, what? No, that's wrong. Where is it? You see that really steep curve on there? No, sorry, that little curve on the back front. Then if you look at the photo, it gives us the back ones, which is the ones here. Look, a really big curve, really little curve. And also, how many doors did you have? One? Oh. I don't know if that's going to be... That's a toy for kids. I don't know how much I trust that. That's an old photo of it. Right, okay. Oh, alright. Edmund Fitzgerald. How many hatches? The hatch broke at 7 p.m. 21 cargo hatches. So, what space do we have to fit in these 21 cargo hatches? Actually, I'd argue that I want to give it this much clearance at least. So it'd be here, and then I want to give same clearance on the other side. So there, 147 divided by 21. What did I say? 147 divided by 21 is 7. So I get 7 blocks per cargo hatch. Now what I would argue is give a block there that makes that 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I then copy this from here, right, so this is second one, this is third, fourth, fifth, we just keep going. Oh, I mucked that one up. Sixth, and then we can put on all the cargo hatches. Now, God knows how I'm going to do the red cargo hatches on the red thing and make it look good. But that's an issue for when we get to them. It's already, I think, especially if I show you guys it from the side real quick. And I should probably change these to red wool or a different colored wool at some point. It is already kind of getting its shape. Now, this boat, I don't know how we're going to get on, but should we see how they got on? How did they get on the Edmund Fitzgerald? Is there an image with big arrows pointing to how to get on? Or did they use the thing? Where did it say? Oh, come on, please. Nope. Did they? No. Okay, well, what I think we do is, because this is going to sit pretty low in the water, probably about this height in the water, or I still don't even know if I like that. What if I do it like this? I can use slabs to make it look a lot nicer, because it's a very square hull. That gives me that, which means that water level will be here, which gives us like 3 blocks of currents on here anyway. So yeah, we're going to put chains all across here. Actually, there to here. Let's see what kind of number we're dealing with. Also, I can make this look really. There you go, that looks good. 147. I swear that was the number we had last time. Is it the number we had last time? Yeah, because I've given loads of space on this end, but then also, let's check the images we have. Edmund Fitzgerald photos. Well, that boat is, yep, sunk. See if I can find a non-sunk version of it. Now, the crane's over the middle, because there is a moving crane on it, isn't there? Which goes up and down. Kind of want a photo of the front, but let's see. On the side, there's a little rail, and then there's these big over kind of arching hatches. I think I'm alright with the current. Maybe we make it equal on both sides. So at the front there's 6 blocks, and at the back there's 3. So if I just do //cut // paste, and then if I actually I need to take in these blocks in account. 149. What's 149 divided by 7? That's not an equal number. 149 divided by 5. Alright. Well, if we just do 147 divided by thingy, it would mean that I'd have to go one block further out with this, which means that I can, yeah, I like that. And which means we have to do 1 block further with this, but I think that also works on this side. But then we just do 5 and a block. Okay, so if I just set these, or we just do the copy paste again, don't we? Are they 1 block shorter than those? They shouldn't be. They're 5 blocks long, they're 5 blocks long. How about there's 2 block gaps in the middle? These are only 1 block gaps. Oh, that means that this is going to be, this isn't going to work. What's 149 divided by 6? 24.333. What we'll do is we will do it and we will see what happens. Worst case scenario, we put in a few extra things. Now, look at the lit width of this boardwalk. I don't think I'm going to put in a second railing, but I think I can get away with it anyway. And I think the next step is going to be designing. Hold up. The next step will be designing a few of the hatches of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Still in slight awe that I'm doing this. Well, I can leave that open, and then we have like a doorway to get onto, like a gateway to get onto this hellish ship. Oh my god, it's massive. I've realized if anybody ever goes, oh my god, that was a really big ship, build it in Minecraft and then you kind of know what they're talking about. And what if we replace these walls with diorite walls, and then my favorite block in the entire world, candles. Or I could use endstone walls, but I don't think I... Okay, yeah. So if we do it like that. Because the chains are longer than a block with this texture pack, and I've just realized why that is such like a popular thing. Because look at that. It now, even though my chains are technically like not there, and I can, like, that's technically a gap. If I turn off my thing, that's a gap. There's no hitbox there. Because of the texture running over its side, it's now like, oh no, there's a block here. It looks like there's a block here, and it's gonna look really cool. As long as the texture pack doesn't break one day, and it means it does look really weird if you're not using the texture pack. Sorry there. But either way, oh, mistake. Nearly there now though. Right, okay, there we go, back in the rhythm. Right, okay, so yeah, we've done this. I want to do the hatches. Now, the issue I have with doing the hatches, like, immediately right now, is I don't know how to differentiate them from the base. Now, what I am thinking is, what if we do a polished deep slate kind of finish? So, I would say making them out of mangrove is the best bet. Because I don't know if I've shown you guys in game, but our base is basically covered / surrounded in mangrove. And then put the curve in them, because there's a very definite curve in them. And then put the... Because these aren't going to open. I know there's opening mechanics on the server, but I'm not putting in all the effort to make these open necessarily right now, because that would be a pain. Now, these are like the main thing of the ship, in my opinion. This is what makes the ship look itself. Now, I like that. That stands out enough from the base. Let's paste them across and see how they look, okay? So, where do I want to paste it from? Here. Copy / R. I used to play on a server where PA was a working command, but I haven't seen it much since. Now, I can use iron trapdoors to raise the corners, which is what I'm currently thinking about doing. Or I might just use it to raise... I'm not using it to raise all of it, because already those chains are getting a little bit expensive. Hold up. Let's just get to the end of here, and then see what this side of the boat looks like. And I'll wonder whether I need to use my iron trapdoors or not. It's definitely a formidable sight. a while. Actually, that's what I should do. If it's 1-to-1 and the deck is literally as accurate as I'll get it. Edmund Fitzgerald hatch size. 3 by 14 meters. Alright, this will really test how wide I've made it. Now, I think I've given less space in between the hatches. I mean, the base hatch is 3, but this should be... Oh, 8. Yeah, I have the middle block in, so it's going to be 15 blocks wide, or 15 meters, and it's 5 blocks across because the overhangs are made of quite big material. But I'm not making it any smaller than that, and I think that works. Definitely looks like freighterly. So I would say that we, to a degree, have this deck done, apart from the kind of shading on there. And if I try and find, let's look for a photo of the main deck above the deck. Actually, that might be quite a nice photo. Examining the frets. It's not going to render fully for me. Okay. Oh, that was one of the lifeboats. So they do seem to have these little white dots on them, which I guess we can add. Now, there's a few ways to add them, and I think the best one will be that. I almost think that works kind of perfectly. I think it works better than if I was to use a button, if I was to get out my pale oak button, because it doesn't have that kind of point which these do. Also, what distance do buttons de-render at? Don't they work like signs? Don't they de-render a little bit earlier? Nope, they don't. But what looks better? I say the candle's more obvious, but from close-up does the candle look really stupid? Yeah. Let's use buttons, and buttons are cheaper. And if I want to build this in game, we're going to have to make it kind of cheap. So, going across, putting the buttons. Do the buttons look better that way? They look better that way, don't they? Right, okay. So as I turn these buttons around, that's how I think. This back wall needs a few, like, hoops. What are they called? Life rings. You know what I mean, but I don't know the best way to do that unless... Is that convincing enough? No, not really. We also need to put the lifeboats up there, which shouldn't be a challenge because I want to make a lifeboat design anyway, which will be like the universal lifeboat for our boats. Then again, I could probably just take the lifeboat design from that little ship. Now, she only had 2 lifeboats, which means that we don't actually have to struggle that much to fit them in. Now, where was that photo which I found, which gives a really great look at the back? Let me do Fitzgerald photos. Here. Right, so if you look at that back, it had 2 stairwells. There's a little gap to the side of it, and it starts coning off at that point. So I would say that the actual, because it's very round at the back still, so I would say that the actual shaping up here needs to go like this, then like that, then I'll round it off from this side. If I do 2 there, 1 there. Nope, we need to move it over by 1. Okay, so like that. But then that's that going to the edge. So maybe this has to actually stay reasonably straight. So that's straight there. I have made, a lot of my boats do end up being really flat middled. So I'm kind of expecting to be alright at making the flat middle, which I kind of want on this boat. I mean, it's a freighter. They're straight middles with ballast on the side, take as much as they can, kind of deal. I think I like that shaping. Now, all I need to think is this wall up here anyway, so that doesn't necessarily matter. But if I just build up this wall, we then need to think this is going to be one of these straight, and then maybe even a block earlier. Just curve round. Is that what it does? Or how big of a photo can we get? I swear it was here, wasn't it? Was it not here? Gallery. There. I'm just blind, guys. There. No, there. That's what I want to look at. Now, no, there just appears to be a door on the side. So it can just be a slight glance off, I'd say, if we do... Wait, does the wall appear to... No, there does appear to be a little kind of alcove, I guess you call it then. So it'd probably be 1, 2, 3, 1. And build that up, build this up, build this up, build this up. And let's see from the front what this kind of starts to look like. That's to put my door on. I know the photo's black and white, but if we have a look, I would probably... Let's get up another one. That's the only colour one we have. Well, it's definitely all white up there, but I'm pretty sure, actually, you'll be able to tell the difference. That's metal, and it looks red. But I think... How good would this floor look if I made it like a kind of a dark oak? Because I do need to get wood into the ship for it to work. With the white, I think it works. So if I set all of this... I mean, I don't really want to texture the floor. Seems like a little bit of a waste in my eyes, texturing a floor. I do it on my bigger boats, but not originally. So if I show you... Here, there we go. Oh, wow. These resource packs mucks with that, but it makes that boat look kind of fire. This is my big boat, and as you can see, I've textured the floor eventually. I did it on this one just because of their size. The smaller boats don't necessarily have a textured floor. Where is it gone? There it is. This is a really nice boat, which I was really tempted to put in. And there's our lifeboat design. And it's also on these. I think fitting 2 of these on is really not hard. And there is the sitting plugin on the other server, so we can have 3 people sat here this way, which should look really nice. And if I want to make it longer, just pull a block out, or maybe even 2 blocks out, depending on what I want. Yeah, that works. And these guns look really nice. Sadly, they can't look that good on the server because they need to work. So if we walk back to the Edmund Fitzgerald,